students, welcome in this lecture of the surgery. This lecture will discuss about the abscess, or this lecture will be on the abscess. That we will understand the abscess, what it is and its causes, pathogenesis and the treatment with the diagnosis of the abscess there. First of all, we will see the definition of the abscess. What are the abscess? The various definitions of abscess are given there. But the correct definition of the abscess is, it is a cavity containing or filled with the pus. It is a cavity or cavity containing or filled with the pus. In certain books you will get that it is a lesion containing the pus, or it is a swelling containing the pus, or swelling filled with the pus. So this is a lesion, a swelling, or you can say it is a cavity containing or filled with the pus. Do you understood? This is the abscess. Etiology. Regarding the etiology of the abscess is caused due to a bacterial infection. Bacterial infection. The bacteria which can produce the pus, this will cause the lesion. The most common bacteria is the Staphylococci. It is a bacterial infection. Bacterial infection caused by the pyogenic bacteria, like for example Staphylococci, Strepto and others. They causes the abscess there. Most of times abscess may occurs after the cellulitis or even after the erysipelas, but most commonly occurs after the cellulitis. Sometimes a boil can be converted to the abscess there. Then types, there are three types of the abscess are there. One is the pyogenic abscess, pyogenic, second pyemic abscess, and third one is a cold abscess. Cold abscess. The pyogenic abscess means where there is all the characters of inflammation are there after the infection. And while in pyemic and cold abscess, there is no inflammatory reaction as seen into the pyogenic one there. Then coming to the site of the abscess. Abscess can occur anywhere in the body. Anywhere in the body where the bacteria causes the infection. They penetrate into the tissue. Any tissue, it will grows and causes the abscess there. But it's more common in skin and what is the internal abscess. This is superficial abscess which occurs in the skin, most commonly occurring there. The internal abscess, it occurs in the organ, in any organ, that is either in the liver, in the lung, even in the kidney, anywhere in the viscera, the abscess develops. Right? These are called internal abscess there. Then how does the abscess develop? That is the pathogenesis. Pathogenesis. The pathogenesis of the abscess is that whatever this bacteria, any one of these bacteria, pyogenic bacteria producing the infection will causes infection tissue, enter in the tissue, and when they enters in the tissue, the white blood cells, leukocyte, they fight against the bacteria, kill the bacteria. And when they kill the bacteria, during the killing the bacteria, the surrounding tissue also gets damaged and debris gets formed, and that debris converts into the pus, and it forms a cavity containing the pus. It includes the pus, the debris, bacteria and the WBC in that. So what this lesion is there? If lesion is formed like this one, abscess cavity, it contains the debris. Along the debris, that is in the form of the pus, it contains bacteria and also the WBCs, leukocytes. Do you understand? That is the pathogenesis in brief. Then come to the clinical features. Clinical features are there. It have the, first of all, the early lesion. It have all the features of the inflammation. All the features of inflammation. That are what? The one is rubor, means redness. Rubor. Redness means the affected area where abscess start to develop, it becomes the red. Your surrounding area also becomes the red there. One. Second, there is DOLA. Pain. Pain. Pain is variable. At first, stinging pain is there. Pain due to the tension. Later, the pain is throbbing when pus gas forms. When abscess gets suppurate, then there is a throbbing pain. Third, polar. That is heat. The affected part where the abscess is there, that part becomes the hot. Fourth, tumor. Swelling. Swelling is of the varying degree. Swelling is of the varying degree. It depends upon the site and the size of the abscess. Other than these one features are there, there will be the fever. Fever is also variable degree. Variable degree. Feeling of unwellness. Feeling of unwell. Feeling of unwell. Isn't it? So these are the clinical features of the abscess there. Isn't it? So usually, as it is an every time when a parasitic infection occurs, mostly there is a development of the inflammation. So that's why the sites of inflammation at first. The only pain gets change character later on when the pus collected inside. So that is throbbing pain is there. Isn't it? And in some cases you will see edema also there. You can write in this way, edema also there sometimes around the skin. So this is a clinical features of the abscess. Then coming to treatment. Before treatment, you can go for the investigations of blood examinations for what? CBC. Usually the WBC count gets raised. WBC count gets raised and more neutrophils are to be found there because this acute inflammation is there. And second investigation, the BSL, blood sugar level, both fasting and the post meal. Either person has the diabetes or not. So you have to rule out the diabetes. Then after doing the investigations, you have to go for what? Treatment. Treatment. The treatment includes the two choice. One is the conservative and second is the surgical treatment. The conservative treatment, in early cases, when the abscess start to develop and end, the pus is not formed. Pus is not formed or more pus is not gets collected. In initial stage, we can do the conservative treatment. And the conservative treatment initial stage. Initial stage. It includes rest of part. Second, antibiotics. And third, painkillers and antipyretic if they have high grade fever. Isn't it? So this will be the conservative treatment. Then surgical treatment. Indication of the surgical treatment when this pus is formed, lesion is not subsided and much more pus is collected, throbbing pain is there, patient have the more fever and the lesion is growing and spreading to nearer tissue, then you have to go for the treatment. And the treatment, surgical treatment includes incision and drainage. Incision and drainage. Incision and the drainage. Now here, the incision should be taken either the superficial anesthesia is spraying the anesthetic drug or the skin or by giving the general anesthesia. If the small abscess is there, very superficial small abscess, we can spray the anesthesia and the surface anesthesia can be used. But when the abscess is large or the deep or if abscess is internal organs, you have to do the surgical treatment under the general anesthesia. Usually the local anesthesia should not be used. Local anesthesia should not be used. But still few of the people uses the local anesthesia in some cases are there. The disadvantage of the local anesthesia is that when you use the needle, punctures at the multiple site, this may causes the infiltration of the bacteria and the pus where the neighboring tissue. And when you drain out it, there is a recurrence of the abscess or suppression at the neighboring tissue. It will be there. These chances are there, or this risk is there. So that's why many of the surgeons they advise the don't use the local anesthesia by the injections. Better to go for the general anesthesia. Do you understood? Then after doing the anesthesia, after giving the anesthesia, then you have to take the incision. Incision can be taken up two types. One is the most commonly taken incision is a liberal incision. Liberal incision. And second is a Hilton incision. Hilton incision. Liberal incision or free incision should be taken there. That way, which can give a good exposure, good opening for the drainage, and the drainage will be better or easy drainage will be there. So that's why we take the liberal incision. So incision should be taken on the top of the abscess, top of the lesion. And remember, if vessels are underlying there, along with the line of the vessel should be taken there, not across the line of the vessels or nerves. The incision should be taken like this. If there are any nerves or vessels the passing underneath the abscess or around the abscess there. The liberal incision should be taken there, which can be expand lateral, gives odd opening, the pus will comes out. Isn't it? Sometimes you have to do the Hilton incisions. If the abscess is small, you cannot take the, or abscess is very close to the vital structures like the nose, vessels, as in case of the neck abscess or the axillary abscess. Axillary abscess or abscess in the groin where the vessels goes around. So in such cases we require the Hilton incisions, in which the small incision is taken on the top of the lesion, topmost portion of the lesion or the abscess, isn't it? And after taking the incision, the pus when comes out, some pus comes out. After draining the some pus, the scissors should be introduced into the opening or in the hole, and it should be, the scissor blade should be separate and make the opening wider, and the drainage should be carried out. Sometimes we may need the counter incision. Counter incision. Sometimes the abscess may not be drained by the single incision, either the liberal or the mostly Hilton. So that time we have to counter incision. One incision on the top and another incision on the side is there. So this gives the two opening and the pus will be comes out there. That's why the counter incision in some cases we need it there. Then after taking the incision, you have to drain it. Isn't it? Drain it. So drainage should be carried out properly and through whole cavity should be cleaned out, drained out there. No residual of the debris should be remain inside the cavity. So it can be first by pressing the, it can drain out then by introducing the finger inside the lesion. Slowly, if any septa is there, the septa should be break and the complete cavity should be emptied and proper and complete drainage should be carried out. So do you understood? So after taking the incision, the drainage should be carried out. If needed, you have to explore the cavity. Explore the cavity. Then post drainage. The post drainage, either the wound should be filled with the packing or it should be cleaned regularly. Mostly, if deep cavity is there, deep hole is to be there, then it should be packed with the packing style packing, isn't it? Or the vessels, especially vessels are surrounding vessels are gets open. That time also it needed to use the packing to stop the bleeding as well as to fill the cavity and absorb the exudation. You understood? So after the drainage, the proper explore and the cleaning should be carried out and followed by the packing of the cavities there. So that's about the incision and the drainage. This is surgical treatment. Then post-operatively, post-operative treatment. Post-operative treatment. In post-operative, first rest. Hospital can be kept the patient in hospital 2 to 3 days. In case of internal abscess like the perianal abscess, abscess of the liver, isn't it? Second, the patient should be covered with the broad spectrum antibiotics. Antibiotics If the patient has the temperature, antipyretics should be given. Antibiotic should be given. Patient should be advised a good nutritious diet to improve the immunity. Do you understood? There is a post-operative treatment for the patients of the abscess there, isn't it? So one point we have to see there, the prevention of the abscess, how can be prevented there? In general that, abscess can be prevented even by maintaining the hygiene. Second, by maintaining the diet. First of all, hygiene, the hands should be washed properly, clean regularly, daily, frequently, isn't it? And properly one day. Before either eating or even when enters at the home, it should be washed frequently. Second, a family member should be advised to wash frequently, especially people who are serving the food or making the food or cooking the food. So cleanliness is maintained there, isn't it? So it can be best prevented. Second, the diet. The nutritious diet should be taken. Clean and the nutritious diet should be taken there. That which will improve the immunity of the person, that which will be helpful when the bacteria enters in the body. It will be fight against the bacteria and doesn't allow to develop the abscess. Do you understood? So that about the abscess. One point we can add here, in skin abscess, several abscesses have to be there. As I said, anywhere it can be occurs, most commonly occurs axilla, neck, groin, and most common another is that the perianal abscess. Internal abscess, as I already told you that the abscess in the liver, in the lungs, in the kidney, then ischiorectal abscess, which deeper abscess are there. So these are the internal abscess, and this is about the abscess and its treatment. Apart from this treatment, the conservative treatment and the surgical treatment, you can give the homeopathic treatment also there. The homeopathic treatment is very useful in case of abscess. First, to treat the abscess and prevent a recurrence of the abscess. Recurrence of the abscess. The medicines that are useful in an abscess, which are the homeopathic medicines. These are the most prominent medicine is a Silicea. Second, Hipposalps. Third, Arnica, Lachesis. These are the predominant medicines of the abscess are there. Among these, the Silicea is a prominent medicine. A first one medicine that which is treating the abscess. It can help in the opening the abscess. There is no need of to take the incision if you take the Silicea. But this can be used in the external abscess to open up. That's why Silicea is called the surgeon's knife. Means where abscess is open without the incision. And Hipposalp is usually given to open abscess. If abscess gets burst, to drain out completely. Drain out completely. Both can use in the recurrent abscess. Mostly Silicea is in the recurrent abscess. But before giving any homeopathic medicines, we must have first collect and match the totative symptoms, and medicine should be given on the basis of the totality of the symptoms. Remember it. So homeopathic medicine or homeopathic treatment is the best treatment for the abscess, isn't it? And if abscess is too huge or internal abscess, you can take the help of the surgery. Definitely you have to take the help of the surgery if internal abscess are there or abscess is the large one. Large one is that which cannot be emptied completely without taking the incision. Of course, as you know that the homeopathy never opposes the surgery if it is indicated. Do you understand? So this is about the abscess.